welcome to one of our how-to videos, and this is how do you use your school traverse climbing wall. I'm absolutely delighted to be here on the Isle of Arran, and thanks very much to the head teacher at Brodick Primary who's agreed to let me use their climbing wall to explain how would you use this with the class. You folk are heading up generally into primary 6-7 and to be teaching those classes, and this is one of the things that you can come out and do, whether you're out for Fit 15 or whether it is part of a PE lesson or something else that you're doing, or just, you know, for that few minutes break. Remember, with primary 6-7, it is as play-based learning, or should be, as it is in primary 1 and 2, and for some reason that we seem to forget that actually at the age of 9, 10, 11 they still need to be up and about and moving, and we'd like you to bear that in mind when you go into your placement classes. Over the course of this video, with my two willing helpers, you will see some of the games that you can actually play with this, but it's also a good idea to go on to Climb Scotland. Look at the fundamentals. These are games that you can play with your wall, and there's also courses that you can go on if you want to take this a bit further. But enjoy this short how-to video. So here we have a climbing wall on the side of a school, and as you can see, these two children are moving along the wall. Now this is what we traditionally do, but you'll see in this video we've given examples of another couple of games and things you can do. So these walls are called traverse walls, and the purpose is partly for strength, but also it is about movement. It's about planning in advance of how you're going to do this. It can be good fun, but it's quite boring if you just leave it as can you move along the wall. So there's lots of other things you can do, including doing it from a sitting start, so where they sit on the ground and they've then got to pull themselves up, and also play some of the games we're about to show you. There is another thing you can do, because climbing is also about movement. So often what we do is we try and jump for moves or do jerky movements, but actually the point of it is about being as smooth as possible as you move along. So it's almost like we call it a bit ballet dancing, so that you're using the best use of your strength. So there's a game that you can play to help teach this, which is a bit of fun. One of the games that you can do with your climbing wall is also a game of squish. Normally you would start with a whole wall for your class, and then each time that you do it, it would gradually get smaller and smaller and smaller, the area that they've got to squish into. So you two, your area is between those two drains, okay? Ready? I'm going to count to 5. Are we good to go?
Yes.
Ready, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, you have to hang on for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and off. And everyone that's managed to be off the ground and squished in and holding on for those 5 gets through to the next round. And then what you would do is make the area smaller and smaller and smaller again until there's only a couple of folk left. So, one of the games you can play with your school climbing wall is a game called Stick. And thank you for my two willing volunteers for this. What you would do is you'd have a line generally drawn on the ground, so your class is standing behind that line, and you are going to do a countdown, and it goes like this. Are you two ready? Right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stick. And usually you'd give them to the count of 5 or 10 to stick on the wall. Anyone who's not stuck on the wall at that point is out. Okay, you two stuck on the wall?
Yes.
Can everyone wave their left hand? Yay. And back on the wall? Right hand. Back on the wall. Left foot. Back on the wall. Right foot. Okay, excellent. You two are the winners. Come off the wall for a minute. So, as you can see, these two did really quite well there, but you'll find that some children come off the wall when they're doing left hand, right hand, and you can make it more and more complicated as you go until there's only 1 or 2 left. For example, clapping the hands in front of them, clapping the hands behind. You can even get them to turn 180 degrees or 360 degrees. Sure, you can think of lots of other things to do. So, one of the games you can do to teach movement or how you would move your climbing is actually by tying a bell. And the idea is for you not to have the bell ringing as you move. And it can be really quite good fun to see who can get it ringing the least. So Fiona, do you want to get on the wall?
Yes.
Okay, you secure? Yes. Right, try and move very carefully without ringing that bell. So as you can see from that clip, Fiona was suddenly actually having to pay far more attention to what she was doing, and if you actually go back and look at it again, she was changing her grip, she was then beginning to think about how she would move along the wall, and this would make her a better climber.